you mentioned Sean McDermott fired there. So now 10 head coaching openings. And McDermott had, I think it was 7 straight seasons of 10 wins or more, 98 and 50, so almost a 667 win percentage. What does that say about where
Yeah,
we're at?
kind of an indictment on the league, Dave, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, what have you done for me lately? I don't remember Sean McDermott turning the ball over 4 times on Saturday. I think that was somebody else's problem. And, you know, um, whether people paid any attention to what's gone on in Buffalo the last few years or not, they've had all kinds of roster issues and some big holes, especially at their wide receiver position. That sounds very familiar to what we've heard in Cleveland over the last couple of years. So, they've surrounded Josh Allen with talent, but probably not enough. They didn't invest in their defense like a lot of fans there had hoped they would. So, McDermott becomes the fall guy. And to your point, Dave, I mean, 98 and 50, playoffs every year. Granted, they couldn't get over the hump, but at least they got to the hump. And you would hope that, maybe with an infusion of some more offensive talent in the offseason and, Josh Allen going through another learning experience and Sean McDermott going through another learning experience, that they could figure out a way to get to the Super Bowl. Now, clearly, this year with, Mahomes out of the way, with Lamar Jackson out of the way, with Joe Burrow out of the way, it kind of pointed to this being Buffalo's year. But, it takes a lot of luck to win a championship. And I don't care whether that's at, the high school level or in the NFL, man. Breaks got to go your way. Look at the Denver Broncos. They come out on the winning side of a really tough game the other day. And what happens? They lose their quarterback while he's kneeling down with the ball in the final couple minutes. So, anything can happen. But I think to your earlier point, Dave, I don't think it speaks well of the league in that a third of the teams are looking for new coaches. And, I think unfortunately for guys like McDermott, the quick success that a guy like Mike Vrabel had in New England, the quick success that you see out of Ben Johnson in Chicago, Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, those kinds of situations that the Buffalo ownership looked at and said, hey, we probably should be further along than we are. So, add his name to the list. I don't know how this impacts the Browns in terms of their search, whether they're going to tap the brakes now and potentially try to set something up with McDermott. I certainly would. I think he's one of the best 3 coaches in the league.